Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the item we set up just before the last video here. So we were looking at the item properties. There was one other row right here that actually had some additional properties for the item. So let's go ahead and go over here to this one. Alright, so let's make sure we turn our isItem back on. We're just going to use the usable and add and equip. Over on this side though, we now have an option for drop item on hurt. Now, the interesting thing with this one is that you can do it multiple ways. You can either drop all equipped items, so anything the player is currently holding, if he gets hurt, he'll just automatically drop it. You can do it that whatever the player is wearing, he'll drop, and then also equipped usable. So if equipped usable, anything that's on hurt, he's going to wind up dropping. And then the other option then is going to be drop item on hurt yes and drop item on hurt no. And this simply means the item you're currently carrying, can this item be dropped? Right? And then the same thing right below it is going to be destroy item on hurt. So you could actually lose the weapon, or you lose the item, lose the coin altogether if you get hurt by it. So it may be the moment you get hurt once, you lose your item, which then makes your item become a little bit more needed. And you have to be a little more careful. Same thing for the die state. It has the same setup. So you can do it on a hurt by hurt basis, or you can do it on a each time the player dies, they lose the item for it. So let's try, for instance, let's do a on die option right here. We'll say that drop item on die, and we'll say yes. Alright, now we're going to leave the destroy item on drop. We're going to say it's still going to stay in the scene so the player can pick it back up again. Alright, so in order to do this one though, let's place in a kill box. So we'll put a kill box right here, and then we'll push play. And then once the scene comes up, then we'll be able to grab this one. So we know that just on the other side of this block right here is the kill box. So if I touch the kill box, notice the weapon stays, but the player moved back. So he lost his item. Now it's set up so that you can still pick the item back up and you can continue using it. And if the item had ammo, whatever ammo was left on the weapon when it dropped, that's how much was still available to you when you pick it back up. Alright, so there's that basic part to it. Again, same principle applies to the hurt and drop, and the same thing applies to, actually, we'll do the other part of this one. So if you have, let's go back to the right one here. So on weapon, if you go and scroll down to the items again, so in our isItem option, we have the destroy item on drop. So if we say destroy item, it's going to actually run through the die state. It's just going to apply the full percent of death state to it. So if you have an item that destroys differently, then it'll be applied. So when I go and I get hit, now all of a sudden the weapon's gone. It went to its die state and it's no longer usable for me. Alright, so that's just kind of two different ways you can set it up. And again, hurt state applies to it the same way, just to allow you to have a different way that you can interact with the player and make items a little bit more special in terms of being able to hold on to them.